Namaskar दोस्तों, welcome to channel Toxicology on board. Today in this video we'll be discussing another important DABT topic, that is plant toxin. The question is related to with respect to atropine, but we will also read in detail other important tables which are given under the chapter of toxic agents, that is plant toxins. So there are around eight tables which are given in the Clayson textbook that I will be discussing in this. In this video. So let's directly dive into the question. The question is, mydriasis and cyclopegia are caused by ingestion of plant alkaloid which contain. So we need to identify the plant alkaloid out of these five options which will cause mydriasis and cyclopegia. So first we'll also understand what is mydriasis and what is cyclopegia also in this slide. And this question is taken from ABT recertification examination May 2000. Okay, so read in Clayson 9th edition, page number 1276. There is a chapter which is related to plant toxins. In that you will come across. So we have option A atropine, we have option B digitalis, we have option C beta aminopropionitrile, option D we have aconitin, option E we have pyroxylidine alkaloids. The right answer will be in the green text, that is option A atropine. So what is the explanation which was given by the previous DABT students, which I came across in my notes? I'll tell. They have defined this mydriasis is nothing but it is excessive dilation of the pupil. Okay, this is your pupil. Okay, this is a normal pupil. In the case of mydriasis, dilated pupil you can see. Okay, um, Cyclopegia is nothing but it is a paralysis of the ciliary muscles of the eye, loss of accommodation. So as I told you in my previous video also, please read anatomy of the eye also. Last video was with respect to rods and cones. Here cyclopegia is nothing but it is temporarily stop certain eye muscles from working, making your pupils bigger, okay, and preventing you from focusing on nearby objects. Okay, that is the thing about cyclopegia. It is nothing but paralysis of the ciliary muscles of the eyes, loss of accommodation. Eye will not be able to adjust and it will be remain in the dilated state only. Here you can see this is normal people, constricted people and dilated people. Okay, cyclopedic drugs are there, certain drugs. They generally act by are generally muscarinic receptor. They will block these muscarinic receptors. Okay, so examples of the cyclopedic drugs are atropine, cyclopentanate, homoatropine, scopolamine, tropicamide. So very frequently you will come across these questions. Cyclopentalate also you'll come across, atropine also in your exam, scopolamine also you'll come across. So try to remember these examples also. Okay. In one of your options, apart from atropine, if scopolamine is there, you can select scopolamine also as an answer. Many cyclopedic drugs are also mydriatic, pupil dilating agents are used as such during ophthalmic examination to better visualize the retina. So it is used by either by veterinary as well as clinician doctors in order to whenever they are doing ophthalmic examination, no, they intentionally will add this type of drugs so that your pupil will be dilated. They want to see the retina. Okay, so that was it is this particular whatever today we are discussing, no, plant in this video, plant toxins, no, it is a part in the risk assessment domain 3. Go back and check in your DABT syllabus or brochure, page number 28, 2024 brochure. I'm saying it concerns natural occurring toxins, animal and plant based, that we are going to discuss. Okay, so let's directly dive into Clayson table number 26.1. So this, if you look into this table 26.1, no, it listed out a poisoning syndrome which are caused by plants. So what are the poisoning syndromes? Antimuscarinic, cardiotoxic, convulsant, cyanogenic, dysrhythmia, nicotinic, pyroxylidine, toxalbumin. Okay, these are the poisoning syndromes which are caused by the plants. So each and everything we will try to discuss. Antimuscarinic first syndrome is there. Examples are atropa, datura, hyoscyamus, cinnamus as well as solanum. So in our question the answer was atropine. Okay, so what is the mechanism? These antimuscarinic agents, what they will do, they will block the muscarinic cholinergic receptors. Okay, that you have to remember. Coming to second one, that is cardiotoxic. They belong to the genera Edenium, digitalis, convallaria, nerium. So very frequently you will come across the questions digitalis, Nerium also, Nerium oleander, like that in your options also you'll come across. And what is the mechanism of this particular digitalis or Nerium type of how they are affecting cardio heart is they are going to inhibit in the cell sodium potassium ATPase. Okay, thereby it will increase the contractility or the vagal effect is there in the case of heart, you will see no, that will be increased. So that is the way cardiotoxic effect is showing these plants and their toxins. And third one is convulsions, which is acting on your CNS nervous system. We have examples anemone. Here you can see anemone, conium, laburnum, nicotiana, ranunculus. So ranunculus species also you'll come across in your options. How the mechanism, how they're affecting your CNS is they'll block the. Do you have in the CNS excitatory and inhibitory will be there? No, this one particular it will block the gamma aminobutyric acid receptor on the neuron chloride channel. In on the CNS neurons will be there chloride channel. It will block this GABA. Thereby, it is causing alteration of this acetylcholine homeostasis, mimic excitatory amino acid, which are they endogenous is there no. It will try to mimic this one sodium channel alteration it will do, and it will lead to decrease in the glucose concentration, that is hypoglycemia. So these are the things conium, nicotiana, ranunculus species you try to remember. Coming to fourth one, that is cyanogenic. Previous video also we have seen with this one in case of cyanide poisoning, so try to correlate and try to remember. Cyanogenic we have Areobitra, this is the plant. Okay, these will be releasing naturally some cyanogenic glycosides, hydrogena and prunus. What they are doing, they are cause gastric acid hydrolysis of this cyanogenic glycoside, and thereby they will release this cyanide, and cyanide it will cause poisoning, methemoglobin, all this type of, you remember the mechanism. Okay, decrease in oxygen carrying hypoxia condition to the CNS as well as heart, thereby it is causing the toxicity. Next, we have dysrhythmia. Dysrhythmia is something related to causing irregular in the heartbeat. So we have ecotinum, we have rhododendron, and veratrum. So here you have veratrum calcifornicum, California false hellebore. The common name is okay. How it is causing? It is causing sodium channel inactivation. Okay, so try to relate it. First year it was cardiotoxic sodium K plus ATPase. Here something related to chloride channel as well as here also sodium channel alteration. Sodium channel activation, dysrhythmia, econitum, rhododendron as well as veratrum. Like this you have to remember. Next, coming to nicotinic. First one was about muscarinic. Atropine was datura, solanum. They are acting on muscarinic receptors. Whereas nicotinic, we have conium, laburnum, lobelia as well as nicotiana. So very frequently with some questions with respect to smoke, nicotine, tobacco, all this also you come across in your exam. Try to remember what the mechanism is. They will stimulate the nicotinic cholinergic receptor. Atropine will go block of muscarinic receptor, whereas nicotinia will cause stimulation of this nicotinic receptor. Okay. Next one is pyroxylidine. In our option also we had pyroxylidine. So we have Crotalaria, Heliotropium, Senecio. These are the different genera which contain this particular pyroxylidine. And what this pyrrole group is doing is that it will cause endothelium in the vascular. This thing will be there no endothelium of head of liver as well as your lung. Okay, vasculature leading to veno-occlusive disease and liver necrosis it will be causing. Okay, next last one is toxalbumine. We have two things. You'll come across Ebrus picatorius, the name will be there, and Ricinus communis you'll come across. That is nothing but your castor bean plant. How they are, what they are doing, the mechanism is that they are going to inhibit the protein synthesis. Protein synthesis inhibitors leading to multi-organ failure. So this is, pause the video, either you can read in your textbook also. Try to remember different classes syndromes which these plant alkaloids or plant poisons are causing. Examples also. Then we'll see what is table 26.2. Second table in this chapter, what it is telling is chemical classification is there. Chemical classification of the plant toxins based on the nature of the toxin, whether it is alkaloid, whether it is glycoside, proteinaceous, organic, alcohol, resin or resinoids, they are classified. If you look into alkaloids, no, Atropa, Senecio, Nicotiana, coffee, papaver, solanum, as well as ecotinum, all falls under alkaloids. If you look into your option, which of the following alkaloids will cause the question was, even though it is alkaloid, if it is see, you atropine was also there in your option, and in your option pyroxylidine will be there, but answer should be atropine, it should not be pyroxylidine. Okay, that you try to remember. So example is tropines, pyroxylidine, pyridines, purines, isoquinoline, steroids, and diterpene. Okay, then coming to glycosides, we have digitalis and aciculus. Okay, we have digitalis purpurea, that is common foxglove, and we have a aciculus, which was there in the previous slide, that plant. Examples we have digitalis belongs to steroid, aciculus belongs to coumarins. Okay, like that you have to. Atropa belongs to tropine, synestia belongs to pyroxylidine, nicotiana belongs to pyridine, coffee contains purines, xanthines and purines will be there, no? And papaver, isoquinoline, solanum, steroids, ecotinium, diterpenes. Okay, like this chemical class you have to remember. Third one is proteinaceous compounds. We have ebrus, amantine, lathyrus. Ebrus, toxalbumins, ebrin and ricin. Then we have polypeptides, amatoxin, phalatoxin, and phalidin, which are seen in the case of your mushroom poisoning. Amines, that is aminopropionitrile. Okay. Then we have organic acids. In that we have caladium, diphynbacchia. So many questions in your options you will come across diphynbacchia also, because it is causing some kind of contact urticaria. Till best example it is there, oxalate and graphite crystals oxalate causing kidney toxicity will be there. So this is also very very important. Try to remember diphynbacchia, oxalates. Okay, alcohols we have cicuata and eupatropium, which is causing cicuatoxin. Cicuata is releasing cicuatoxin. Ecopotrium is trimetritol. So one question on cicuata or cicuatoxin you will get in your exam. I have seen in previous papers they have asked this question. Resin and resinoids, cannabis and rust. This cannabis is giving you tetrahydrocannabinol, and rust is urtiol. Urtiol, poison ivy, contact dermatitis, and allergic type of reaction, that you have to remember as an example. Coming to tetrahydrocannabinol, which is a recreational drug. Okay, used for it is used for this purpose, it is used recreational drug. So lot of synthetic derivatives from this tetrahydrocannabinol are being used for drugs for recreational. I am unable to explain it, that is the thing. Okay, so I kept some all the pictures I have kept. Papaver I have kept, from which it is extracted, morphine, all these things. Tetrahydrocannabinol, solanum, coffea is purines, senecia is your pyroxylidine, atropa pallidum, deadly nightshade. You have to remember this one. Nicotine tobacco, smoke or nicotine, digitalis purpura, digitoxin. Okay. So next we will see um, table 26.3 in this chapter only. So these are the selective plants which are causing contact dermatitis. So they have given the list of botanical family, genus, species, as well as common name. Important which I see that they keep on asking in the exam is Euphorbiaceae, that is Ricinus communis castor bean. Okay. Also remember Urticaceae, that is Urtica dioica and Urtica urinus, stinging needle. Okay, this is very important. Stinging hair of Urtica ferox needles, they will cause contact dermatitis. Okay, then table 26.4 is about selective plants causing GI irritation once they are consumed. How they are causing stomach GI irritation? Why? Because these plants, they will release raphides and oxalates, particularly in the case of cattle. Grazing animals will be there, no? They will be eating cow, buffalo, sheep. These grazing animals will be there, no? Cattle. So in that also, human beings also, when they consume the green leafy vegetables like that, no, they'll cause raphide and oxalates. So what are the examples we will see? So they have given the botanical family, scientific name and common name. Exam point of view, which I remember, which I see, which I come across, is probably something related to rhubarb. They might ask rhubarb. Okay, something related to uh, not many I have come across in the exam. Philodendron. Philodendron also they will be asking. So you can pause the video and read in detail. Okay. So next we will see table 26.5. In table 26.5, they have given the list of plants causing GI irritation. So once these plants are consumed, how they are causing GI irritation. So we have common name, scientific name, toxic part, and toxin. So in this also, you can pause and you can read the examples, but commonly which I came across in the previous questions, I will tell. Mayapple, Podophyllum peltatum, it is a scientific name, and the toxic part in this plant is green fruit as well as roots, and the toxin which is released is podophyllitoxin. Okay, mistletoe, in Christmas you will come across Phorodendron flaviescens. Part of the plant is berries and other parts are toxin, and it is releasing phorotoxin. Okay, like that only you daffodil also you will come across. Okay, so try to remember all these important toxin: calcium oxalate, lycorine, hyacinth. Okay, so uh, make a list of A to Z toxins also you can prepare, and the mechanism of action, how they are causing, and examples. Then next we will discuss table 26 6 they have given. So in this they are given the plants which are causing having adverse effects on your heart, cardiotoxicity. So we have common name, scientific name, toxic part, which part of the plant is causing, and toxin. So very important this is thing. First one is belongs to rhododendron species. You have common name is azalea, and the toxin which is released is granotoxin. Lot of questions previously have been asked on this class, this toxin, that is granotoxin. Try to remember in your options you will frequently come across. And the toxic part of this particular rhododendron species is that this one, rhododendron poniticum. Almost all parts of the body of the plant is having poisonous. Next one example is zygadin or veratrin. Here I have given the picture for your this thing. It is common in our death camas. So this is the toxin which is released. Third one is very important, which you will keep on coming across. That is foxglove, digitalis species. It is toxin which is released from this particular digitalis purpurea foxglove is digitalis glycosides, and the part of the plant which are toxic are leaves as well as seeds, not flowers. Okay, then fourth one is we have larkspur, that is a common name. Delphinium ambiguum, I kept the plant here for your reference. The toxin which is released is delphinin. All parts of this particular plant are also cardiotoxic. Next we have lily of valley. Many questions will come across this example also. Convalerian or convamalerin. Okay, this is the toxin which is released by this Convallaria majalis. This is the plant. Okay, it is also cardiotoxic. Then milkweed we have SLS species is there. This one, and leaves, roots, and seeds of this particular. They did not mention about the plant part, and the toxin which is released is hydroxycinnamoyl or disglucosarid. Okay, and next example is we have monkshood, Econiton species. This is, and the parts of the plants are leaves, roots, and seeds. The toxin which is released is Econitin econine. Okay, from the plant name you can see. The last point is oleander or Nerium oleander. Very important. They keep on you're getting in your exam Nerium oleander, oleander, oleodendron. So here you can see the plant, and the toxin is oleandrin, and the common and the scientific name is Nerium oleander. Okay, so all these things, whether it is digitalis purpurea or lily of valley or milkweed, monkshood, oleander, these are examples of the plants which are causing cardiotoxicity, adverse effects on your heart. Okay, next we have table 26-7, which have list of plants, selective plants which are causing kidney toxicity. So those which are having adverse effects on your kidney. Most of the time, these plants they'll release raphides or oxalate crystals which go and deposit in the calyces here. Okay, kidney stones, oxalate crystals, which you can see in the histopathology of this kidney section. You can see. So let's see what are the examples selective plants they have given. Common name, scientific name, part and toxin. We have common name autumnum corcus, colchicum autumnale, which you will see in your kitchen. No, this one colchicum autumnale. Bulb part is the thing which is having, and it will be colchicine. Colchicine other applications are there. Microtubular inhibition as a experimental agent you will be in developing models mitosis meiosis steadically you will be using. Second one is castor bean, that is Ricinus communis. All parts of the plant are causing having toxin, that is ricin and ricinin. So you will come across this also in your exam. Daphne merisem, here I kept the plant. Leaves and fruits are the parts of the plant, and Daphne mezerin, it is a diterpenoid. The chemical class is diterpenoid. Then we have Impella, Calipella lararius. This is the plant. Tubers are the part, and it is Astrolae, Atrastylosida. That is the thing. toxin which is released by this particular plant. Then we have mushroom, Amanita phyllidis and Cortinaria species. These are the very important thing. These two deadly web cap and this is death cap. So what they are releasing is they are releasing amatoxin and whole mushroom is all parts of the mushroom is it is toxin. Last one is water hemlock, Sequoia maculata. With sequoia we have seen in before now. Sequoia very important I told. Why? Because this is water hemlock. And if you want to remember hemlock about hemlock, try to remember in the history of toxicology first chapter also you see Socrates is there. That particular person has been poisoned with common hemlock. This is not the same hemlock. That is the Conian maculatum. It is a common hemlock. That particular incident you can read, go back and read about Socrates, how he was poisoned. Then next we'll discuss last table, that is the table 26.8 in this plant toxin chapter. So these are the, so till now we have list of the plants which are causing cardiotoxicity, list of the plants which are causing nephrotoxicity. Now we are talking about neurotoxicity, CNS, your brain or nervous system. So they are given selective plants which are causing neurotoxicity. We have common name, scientific name, which part of the plant and toxin and mechanism. So we have acacia tree. The scientific name is Acacia villidarina and part is seed and it is releasing the toxin villadrin. So like that some examples are there. You can pause the video and read, but I will just list out some important things. Tobacco you try to remember, Nicotiana tobacco. Leaves are the part which are having causing CNS toxin. That is the reason smoking people use because they want to stimulate the CNS. So nicotinic cholinergic agonist, low doses, antagonist at high doses. So that you have to CNS stimulation. Okay, nicotine you have to remember. Rhododendron species you remember. Leaves, granulotoxin. I told you no granulotoxin. This one it will stimulate sodium channel and membrane depolarization. Okay, then Atropa belladonna. Common name is deadly nightshade. See, this is in our option also. Berries. I have shown you the picture also. You go and see once again. So what is it is releasing tropine alkaloid. What they are doing is they are blocking the muscarinic receptors. Chrysanthemum is also important. Particularly you see in the case of your insect repellents, your all out mosquito repellents will be there. No, it contains chrysanthemum. Chrysanthemum cinereifolium scientific name. The seeds are the part which are containing this toxin, that is pyrethrins. And what is the mechanism? What these pyrethrins are doing is that they will stimulate sodium efflux, Na, sodium efflux from the neurons in the insects. That is the reason no insects no they will not be able to their motility that will be decreased. Okay, muscle movement of this insects they cannot fly or like that. So stimulate sodium efflux from the neurons in the insects. So that was I had discussed. You can pause the video. You can read Eracocataceae, betel nut, all these things. So if I keep talking, it will the video will become longer. So I kept for you people know some pictures like Diginia simplexi I kept Chondria armata, which is seen in the case of sieve, and this is Chrysanthemum cinereifolium, Nicotiana tabacum, Strychnus nuxvomica. Many of our students might have seen this, nuxvomica seeds. Will be we will be reading in our we will be yeah, in our B Farm syllabus. You will be seen, no, that is poison nutrid, Strychnus nuxvomica. Strychnine is the content poison, and how what it is doing is it is acting on glycine receptor antagonist and produces conversions. Okay, so particularly Naxvomica seeds you might have come across in your lab. Okay, and these are the fly agarica, Amanita muscaria, acacia tree, and Eraca catachu. Okay, so this was the important the thing. The last slide, this you people can read on your own. So we had, so till now whatever the other options there no I have already covered under tables, but there was option C which was beta aminopropionitrile. It is not given in case of plant toxins, but what is this one is that beta aminopropionitrile. It is a chemical compound that acts as a potent irreversible inhibitor of the enzyme lysyl oxidase, which is crucial for cross-linking of collagen elastin in the connective tissue like skin, blood vessels, and lungs. So pause the video. You can read about option 2 also. I know I don't know why unrelatedly they have given this option in that rest of the options in the question. Okay, the question was Cyclopegia or Midriasis. Answer was atropine. So we covered almost all plant toxins in this video. Okay, I kept other plants also from the plant toxin like Toxicology, poison ivy. Poison ivy is the one which is causing contact urticaria. Like this will be the no immune mediated related skin reactions. sensitivity reaction. Then we have ambrosia, that is western ragweed, Phytolacca americana pokeweed, Argentina white snake root, as well as Thermopsis montana mountain gold banner. So these all plants are given in the plant toxin chapter. So read in detail. You can pause, you can make notes, or directly read from the textbook only. Thank you so much. Hope from this video you were able to learn something related to plant toxin. So all the information I try to gather, put it in a one video, so that any question if you come across in the exam, you will be able to answer in the exam. Be curious. For any questions, you can always write a mail to arya.priyanka18@gmail.com. Like, subscribe, and follow my YouTube channel Toxicology on board. All the best for your exam.